Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to online classes and have a pleasant morning to all of you. Now, I, Ajay Kumar, your English teacher, is going to teach you the second part of the story, chapter name, a most important person. Right? So, do you recall what I have taught you yesterday? Can you summarize it up for me? Yes, can you do that? Okay, let me help you with a summary, right? So we have seen yesterday how Miss Lucy Quinn was, accompanied by her, driver to her home, and while returning back to her home, she was, just recalling all her old memories related with the Christmas Eve and how they were celebrating it with the family and relatives who were only known to them, right? And while doing so, uh, she was coming from the way you can say she was coming from the way, and while coming from that way she saw actually three boys fighting, right? So two of them were thief, and one was the protector. One was there who was protecting the friends present. And while that Miss Lucy supported the younger one boy, and then after that boy was accompanied by Miss Lucy, and they went to Miss Lucy house, right? Now let us read the next part. So when the boy went inside the parlor, what is called parlor, a room meant for receiving guests. So when the boy was taken into the parlor, the boy asked, "Where is your Christmas tree?" He asked, looking around. "I haven't got it up yet," said Miss Lucy. "I know you are keeping it back for a surprise for someone. May I come to see it tomorrow?" He said with a vivid smile. So when he started looking around in the guest house, he asked from Miss Lucy Quinn that where is the Christmas tree, but she said that she haven't got it till now. But the boy said that no, actually you are trying to you are keeping it back, and you just don't want to show me, and I believe that you want to surprise someone. So I think I should come tomorrow to see you. And while saying these all things, a big smile was on his face. "Yes," said Miss Lucy, "I will have the tree tomorrow." Now Miss Lucy also replied that yes, you can come tomorrow and see that what type of Christmas tree I have. So the boy replies that I'll come early. He assured her, and I'll bet that you will have the best tree of all. So when he said that okay, I'll come early tomorrow, then when he assured her that I'll come early, then Miss Lucy said that he actually wanted to see the best tree of all whatever he has seen in neighborhood. Midji placed the tea tray on the table. Miss Lucy filled it with chocolate and gave it to her guest. Now, do you remember what I have told you? What is the meaning of Midji? Now answer this question in comment section. So if you have seen the whole complete video, you might remember the meaning of Mirchi. Mirchi is a name, but I have told some other meaning also. So when Mirchi placed the tea tray on the table, Miss Lucy filled it. Miss Lucy is actually trying to fill that whole table with chocolates, and some of the chocolates she was giving it to her guest. Now the boy started saying, "My mother says," he began. Everyone's mother is saying. What is his mother saying? Miss Lucy felt a vow's disappointment. She did not know why. Oh, you have a mother, she said. So when he started saying these all things, Miss Lucy actually felt disappointed. She felt sad, and she started asking that why. She don't know why. Actually, sorry. She don't know why. Actually, all of a sudden, her mood, her mind changed, and she started asking that, okay, you are having mother. A small boy looked astonished. It was astonished. It was the matter of astonishment. Well, surprise if somebody will ask you, okay, you have mother. Obviously, everyone is having mother, right? Isn't it? So, some unfortunate things are there that some orphan boys are not having parents, but almostly most of the boys and girls, they are having mother and father. So the small boy looked astonished because she asked that, oh, you have a mother. So that question gave him a surprise, you can say. Now the boy said, sure. He told her, I have a mother and a father and two brothers and two sisters besides the baby. Her name is Mary. He admitted. Now she is causing a lot of trouble because she is determined to eat things of Christmas tree. You must not think we don't like her. I'm just telling you about her. If you would like to see her, I could bring her over to see you. I'll be looking for you. She said, it is getting almost dark. You must not worry your mother. You must not worry your mother. You haven't told me yet what your name is or where you live. Now in this para, the boy starts saying these all things, that he's not only having a mother, he's also having a father and two brothers and two sisters, and apart from these all things, he's having a baby also, and her mother name is Mary. Okay. Now he says that actually why he is talking about her, because she is causing a lot of trouble nowadays. And what is the trouble? That she is eating the things of the Christmas tree. This is the problem. She is troubling the boy in this way only. So he think like, you must not think we don't like her. And the boy also indicates and tells the lady, Miss Lucy Queen, that while I'm saying these all things, that she is causing lots of trouble, don't you dare to think like we don't like them. We don't like her. We like him. Sorry, we like her. But I'm just telling about her to you because you should meet her. You should see. And if you want, I could bring her over here to see you. You can meet with her. Now says, okay, I'll be looking for you. Miss Lucy Queen says that, okay, I'll be looking for you. She gave permission to bring that baby, right? Now she says that, okay, it is getting almost dark and you must not worry that your mother should not be afraid and be thoughtful that where is his child left, right? So you should go. But before going, actually, she says that you haven't told his name to Miss Lucy Queen, right? So saying that the boy has not told his name, and he has not told that where he lives, right? Now the boy replies, my name is Chester Chilton. He said, I live on Basalt 1028 1028. Miss Lucy knew Basalt Street. It was a crowded street near Boulevard. I'm coming in the morning, he reminded her, to see your Christmas tree. Miss Lucy closed the door and rang the bell again. In a moment, the chauffeur stood in the door. Arthur, she said, I want to go out and buy a Christmas tree. Miss Lucy smiled, thinking that the child would expect something pretty wonderful of her in the way of a tree. She wanted to choose it herself. Now, when the boy replies his name, what was his name? Chester Chilton. And where did he live? He lived on Basalt, 1028. This was the address. Now, Miss Lucy says that she knew the Basalt Street where it is, and she remembers that how crowded this street is, and that street is near the boulevard, right? But the boy says, okay, fine, I got you, you got my address, you got my name, but make sure I'm coming tomorrow. So I'm telling you that you have to bring the Christmas tree. I will come and see your Christmas tree. Now the boy departs from there. Miss Lucy closed the door and rang the bell, and she is calling the chauffeur. And when the chauffeur is coming there, so she's saying, she's talking with her, that author. Now actually I want to go out and buy a Christmas tree. Now Miss Lucy was smiling that time, and why she was smiling? Actually, she thought that the child would expect something pretty wonderful of her, right? So that's why she was smiling. She started thinking about the Christmas tree, a beautiful Christmas tree that could be shown to the boy Chester Chilton, right? Now for this purpose she actually wanted to choose it by herself. She cannot allow Arthur, the chauffeur, to go and buy the Christmas tree. So she decided to go and buy it by herself. Now it was very crowded at the market. After some searching, they found a tree that suited her. She then bought boxes of ornaments. What do you buy for a 7-year-old who likes to fight and for a baby girl who eats Christmas tree ornaments? Miss Lucy asked Arthur. I would buy him boxing gloves, said Arthur, solemn and as an all, and I would buy her some of this candies cane. Now while doing this shopping, actually when they went in Boulevard, so after some searching, actually they found a Christmas tree that was very beautiful and it was suiting to her. She thought that this is the best Christmas tree what she has actually found. Now she then bought boxes of ornaments. There were many different type of ornaments in that boxes, so she actually bought it to give them as a present, right? Now then after she asked from the author, the chauffeur, that okay, yes, actually she was trying to get an idea from him that what he will buy if there is a 7-year-old boy who likes to fight and if there is a baby who likes to eat. So the chauffeur, the driver author replied that he would buy boxing gloves, and for the girl baby he would buy the candy canes. So he gave an idea to that lady Lucy Quinn. So they found a sporting goods store and a candy store. When they got back to the car, they found the tire were marked with chalk and they had been given a ticket. Now after doing the shopping and all that, for buying boxing gloves, they went to a sporting goods store, and to buy the candies, chocolate, they went to a candy store. And when they were coming back, they found that their tires were marked. Now the car tires that were marked with chalk, and they had been given a ticket. Now ticket, what is? A notice issued by a police officer to a motorist or other road users who fail to obey traffic laws. It means they have failed to obey the traffic rules, and that's why the ticket has been given to them. So dear, now when they saw that they have been given a ticket, Arthur was quite upset. I have not had a ticket for years, Miss Quinn, he said, but if you will call Mr. Henderson, ma'am. No, said Miss Lucy firmly, I'll pay the fine. When they got home, Miss Lucy was very excited. The tree was in place, and Miss Lucy put the same old angle on the top of the tree they had used to when she was a child. By 9 o'clock, there the tree stood covered with gorgeous bright balls and silver icicles, and strung with lights with candy canes on the lower branches for the baby. Miss Lucy was so tired she was no sooner in bed than asleep, and she slept so soundly that Midji had to wake her up in the morning. The young gentleman is here, Midji explained. And this para, the author says that when author saw that he has been given a ticket, he was quite upset, and he actually tried to call for help, and he actually tried to call Mr. Henderson, that is a person who is so powerful, and he wanted to take help of Mr. Henderson. But Miss Lucy denied the help, and she said that no, she'll pay the fine because they have broke the rule. After that, they get back to the home, and then after Miss Lucy actually decorated the Christmas tree as she was doing in her childhood. She put candies there, the gloves there, all the presents what they have bought, and they have strung lights also in that Christmas tree. And then after, she planned to go for bed because she was thinking that at 9 o'clock sharp she has to be ready, because Midji will come in the morning, and she wanted to surprise him, right? Now actually she wanted to slept soundly. She slept so soundly. Actually, she slept so soundly means like she haven't taken a deep sleep, right? Because the thing was going on in his mind that Midji will come and wake her up in the morning. So she slept soundly. Now the young gentleman is here, Midji explained. Midji means, who is the Midji? Answer this question in the comment section. Miss Lucy got downstairs in a hurry. Chester was standing in the parlor, staring at the tree with excited eyes. I knew you would have the best trees, he said. Miss Lucy glowed with pride. Would you like to have breakfast with me? She said. Chester said politely, I'll be glad to keep you company. But before they had finished, there was a policeman with a summons. Miss Lucy had to appear in the police court at 10 o'clock. Now when it was morning time, someone knocked the door of Miss Lucy Quinn, and she actually ran downstairs in hurry, and she knew that it was Midji, that means Chester Chilton, who was waiting outside in the parlor, and actually he was staring at the beautiful Christmas tree, and he was actually excited. His excitement was shone with the eyes, it was coming out. And when Lucy Quinn came there, he said that he was actually knowing that she would have the best Christmas tree he has ever seen. Now, however, the thing was, the conversation was going on between them. At the same time, a policeman came there with a summon, and what was the summon? That she has to be appear in the police court at 10 o'clock. Why she has been called? Have you been arrested? Chester asked with eager interest. Yes, said Miss Lucy. Arthur and I got a ticket for parking too long on Front Street, but I will be home before you get here with the baby. Miss Lucy dropped off Chester at his home and headed to the court. The court was crowded. They had to wait. The judge was scolding and fining everyone. Miss Lucy Quinn, said the judge, parking on the front street for 45 minutes. You are the last person I expected to see in this court, Miss Lucy. Now Miss Lucy says to Midji that she actually asked for some time. She says that okay, you just wait here. I'll be back very soon. Okay, so actually she wanted to appear before the police court, and she wanted to give the response from her side, right? And she said to Chester Chilton that actually while doing shopping yesterday in evening, they have got a ticket from the police that they have wrongly parked their car on the, I mean, a very crowded road, and that's why. So when Miss Lucy actually went to the judge actually that time he was scolding to everyone, and he was fining also, putting giving them some money punishment, right? They have to pay money. Now when it was Miss Lucy's turn, judge said that parking on front street for 45 minutes, it is quite upsetting, and he said that you are the last person I expected to see in this court. So actually he was getting irritated from so many cases and so many, like persons coming with the tickets, right? So dear student, now we have reached to the end of today's session, and we'll continue this story tomorrow, and most probably we'll try to finish this story by tomorrow. If you are having any more question related to this topic, you may ask me in the description box. And one more thing, if you are unable to download the home assignment which I am providing you in the group, then you may download it from the link provided in the description box. I am providing you the link of home assignment in the description box. You may download it and complete the homework at your home. So dear student, we'll meet next day. Till then, bye, take care, and have a nice day. Thank you.